Yesterday, I made some beans. It's so great to meal prep on the weekend. Sometimes you can meal prep ingredients. And one of the things I meal prepped this weekend was some beans. I made two different kinds of beans. And one kind of bean I made was pinto beans. Definitely, you can just, you can just eat them like they are, put them in a salad. I'm going to turn these into refried beans. Beans are so high in fiber and they're so high in protein. And they're just a super, super, super power-packed nutritious food. All in this like little tiny bean. There's like very lots of nutrition in there. So here I have a cast iron skillet. So I'm heating my pan at about medium heat. I'm going to be using a tablespoon of neutral oil. Here I have just a little canola oil. So here I have half of a white onion and a whole jalapeno that I chopped. And I took the seeds out of the jalapeno because I do like the flavor, but I want to be able to control the heat. And I have half a pound of beans, so I think this is enough veg. And I am just gonna cook this up. As it cooks down and gets a little brown, the onions will get a little bit sweet. Also here, you're gonna notice that I have not seasoned my vegetables. I'm not going to because I soaked my beans in salt water and I don't know if I'm gonna need any more salt in this dish at all. I'll just taste at the end, see what I need. Get a little softer, a little translucent. If you ever hear a recipe saying, cook your onions until they're translucent, this is what translucent looks like. One little disclaimer, I'm Italian, and so I have to apologize if I am not making refried beans the way that you do. This is just the way I make them, but there are lots of good recipes online for traditional refried beans. That is looking like it tastes good already. Okay, so now I have my beans that are all cooked from yesterday, and I'm just gonna put those in the pot, and I'm gonna turn it down a little bit, and I'm gonna start to mash. I'm mashing. And look at this old-fashioned potato masher I have. Is that hilarious? They have so many good mashers now, but this is the one I have, and, it's working. So I'm just going to keep working these beans. It's a labor of love, You can really taste the jalapeno in this. It's so good. I mean, it's not spicy, but it has a nice fresh pepper flavor. Okay, so here I have some ground cumin. I'm going to put a teaspoon of ground cumin. So this is where you can decide how you like your beans. I know I like mine a little bit softer than this. So this is the bean broth that I had. I just drained my beans before I put them in here. And this is a little bit of that bean broth from yesterday, and I just added a little, and this you can definitely do to taste. I'm going to add a little bit more broth. I mean, you're probably thinking she could have used a bigger pan, but where's the adventure in that? Okay, going back in with my masher. Look at that. They're turning into refried beans. This is a nice texture. These right now are vegan beans. I am not a vegan, so I am going to add my favorite little seasoning here, a little bit of chicken bouillon. And if you have powdered bouillon, you can use that. I do think it needs like a little bit more of a salty flavor, but I don't want to use just plain salt. I want to add another dimension of flavor. Wherever you can add dimension, it's always good. And look at how quick that came together because I made the beans yesterday. And I think these look good to me. Okay, here are my beans. Here are my refried beans. So I'm going to try my beans with one of these Quest chips. Get a whole chip. Try my beans. Okay, all of you high protein, high fiber people out there, you make this for Super Bowl Sunday. Put it out there. Put some Quest chips out there. Stick to your plan.